Hi,
All good.
Nikki. How you doing? I was just wondering, just to get to it really, I just wondered if you could put your finger on what's happened over the last 2 weeks and what's gone wrong.
To be honest, I can't really put my finger on it exactly. To sum it up, I just think we've performed poorly, and we probably haven't shown the fight that we know we're capable of showing. And I think, when you do that, I think it's a recipe for disaster. So I think we all kind of have a good idea of what's gone wrong, and we have to try and change that going forward.
I guess the question is, why hasn't the fight been there?
Like I said, it's difficult to put our finger on it. We can't, as a group, have an excuse because, under the gaffer, we've shown what we're capable of. We've put in good performance, so it's not foreign for us to actually reach a level of performance and peak and stats and numbers. So, there's no hiding away from the fact that we just haven't done enough as a group. We can't really point our finger at anyone besides ourselves. And, this week's been about coming together, sticking together, having more vocal chats, being more positive, and trying to take that into the fixture, which should help our performance and help the approach.
Just give a question. You mentioned sort of being more positive. Like, what can you give examples? How can you be more positive around the club?
I just think we have to create a better atmosphere. We have to do more encouragement. We have to talk more. We have to be the continuity has to continue and grow. And this week we've kind of tried to hit a bit of a reset button. We've done a little bit of team bonding. We've had meetings. We've expressed what we feel was a bare minimum from the gaffer, and I think it's time to draw that line and make sure that we kind of don't steep below that.
What was the team bonding you've done?
We had a stroll, we had a walk, we've done a few other bits. And it allowed us to just get out in nature, have a talk, and be positive. Change the scenery. We spent more time at the training ground this week, and I think we'll benefit from that going into the weekend's fixture.
As not want to put words in your mouth, but because of the kind of the injuries this season, players constantly coming in and out, is kind of like the collective spirit, has that affected that at all?
Yeah, I don't think it's too hard to see that has had a huge impact. I mean, for us to have to shuffle and change personnel significantly throughout the season always makes it more difficult. Not to say that that's an excuse, that's a factual reality that it's been difficult. You play with somebody and then the next week they're gone, then they come back, then they're gone, and the personnel in the group changes, the squad changes so significantly, and that's just something we've had to deal with. But equally, we can't make the excuse that the effort, the running stats, the desire, the conversion rate, everything that comes along with the game has been under par. We can't really look for excuses in that regard, and we just have to accept the realities that we've underperformed. I wouldn't say there's a lack of a care, because we all as footballers care 100%, but we have to find it within ourselves as individuals each, and that collectively will bring out a really good performance.
I was going to say there's been some quite sort of strong opinions from supporters, as you'd imagine we may have seen it, in terms of the attitude, and that maybe players, you mentioned that yourself, players don't care. How do you guys, not just you, but how do you guys react when you kind of hear and see that?
We just have to take it with a pinch of salt. Like I've always said, I can't really speak for everyone. I haven't really played in a fixture, involved in any games, any football club where I haven't always cared. Other reasons may result in poor performance or poor preparation, but in terms of caring us as footballers, I haven't really come across any players that don't care. I know we all are really proud to wear the shirt. We're really proud to be in facilities like this, play at stadiums like this, but what comes with that is the truth that effort can't be lacked, desire can't be, and not giving 100%. And at times we haven't done that bit, and because of that, at this level, you can come up short if you don't. But equally, we've done it in past this season, and we've reaped the benefits, and it's about going back to what's got us success, all digging deep within ourselves to give everything we've got. And if that's not enough, then we hold our hands up and say the opposition were better than us.
What's kind of the motivation now before the end of the season? I know Nigel mentioned about relegation being a threat. There's 14 points, is quite a big gap, but obviously there's a huge gap. You're kind of marooned in mid-table as it was. As players, how do you motivate yourself, or when you're in that position where there's no tangible goal, if you like, in terms of league position?
Yeah, it can be. Of course, it can be difficult. People believe it can be difficult to find the motivation, but the gaffer's been, immediately on top of us that's not the way he wants to go out and end the season. He don't want to just dwindle away and be finished mid-table. We're better than that. We're a better squad than that, and the demand has to be higher to still finish as strong as we can. Each and every one of us have a different motivation, have a different circumstance. People's contracts on the line. People that have contracts are still playing for the futures at this football club because underperformances can kind of discard you from the future for the football club. So I'm one of those. I'm driven to continue to work hard, perform well, and show my worth on why I was brought in, and that's got to be the aim until the season ends, going into next season as well. So it never ends, but everyone has a personal motivation, and it doesn't matter what that exactly is. Everyone has their motives, but it's about coming together as a unit and everyone using those desires and that motivation to help us benefit as a football club.
In looking back on this season, you've played a lot of games. How would you rate your season individually in terms of your contribution?
This season's been a difficult season. In terms of my goal tally, I'm not happy with that. In terms of performances, I like to say I feel like I've performed quite well for the most part. I think the goals don't justify what I've done. I've probably played more than half a season as a wide player, which is foreign to me. I've never done that in my career. I've just tried my best. Obviously, circumstances has led to managerial decisions for us to take those measures, and I feel at times I've done okay there. I don't believe that's going to get the best out of me personally. I genuinely don't. But when I played there, I don't feel as if I put too much of a foot wrong. I've done my duties as a wide player, and we've some of our best results come from that. But I'm not happy with how the season's going. But I think probably majority of us as a squad probably feel the same. Still a little bit more to do. I can still end positively. Still trying to do my best for the manager, for the football club to the end of the season, and from my personal motivations because I'm a forward at heart. I'm a striker, and I just want to continue to play well and score goals. So that's the ultimate aim going into the end of the season, and we will do well together.
What was your goal aim for the season?
I think I said 25 goals I wanted to score. I think last season I scored 20, and I just had full beliefs, a full pre-season coming into this season that I can try and kick on. That hasn't transpired. I started off the season well and kind of drifted a little bit from that, and the goals have dried up in the process, and from that I've played from a wider position. So I've found it difficult. I have no doubts that playing the role I've played has impacted that in some way, but I should have more goals. I can look back at a few chances I've had. It's been very difficult. My conversion rate will still be very high because I haven't had an abundance of chances, and that equally equates to why I don't have the goals that I would have aspired to have. But I just try and take the positives when I can. But I know where things have gone wrong, and I know what I have to do to better it.
Is it a positional thing when you say things have gone wrong? I mean,
not in terms of I don't think I can score 25 goals from playing from a wide position. I'm not sure if you can tell me anybody that has in the championship in the recent years. So I'm not in prime position to get those goals and get those figures, but it's not always just about the goals. Equally, we've been through a lot as a football club this season, and me wanting to do what's best for the football club, wanting to do what's best for the management, has equated in me sometimes playing wide. And like I said, I've put in some really good performance. Am I a winger at heart? No, but I've just tried my best I've tried my best for the team, and ultimately I know that has had an impact on why I haven't got more goals under my belt.
Just finally for me, Nottingham Forest on the weekend at Ashton Gate. Why has the home form been so bad?
If I could tell you why, I think I'd have a way to resolve it. It's no hiding away from the fact that our home form has been, really, really bad, and we can't really point any fingers at anyone. At the end of the day, we're in our facilities, we're in our stadium, and we've been turned over too much, at home this season. We haven't turned enough losses into draws and draws into wins. So we have to find it within ourselves. Ultimately, it's a football ground. It's 2 goals and 11v11, and we can't really find any excuses. It's a fantastic pitch to play on, a fantastic stadium. So we have to do better, but we have to look into the future, and we have to look back at what's gone wrong and why. And we've done that this week. We've made sure we expressed a lot of what could be, what's gone wrong, and what we can do as a group to really change that home form. And I think, like I said, I'm very confident that we'll be a different side going into this game, from a psychological perspective.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to sort of perpetuate the problem as it was, but the players, is it there? Like you're aware of it as such?
Yeah, it's no hiding from the fact that we've been really poor at home. We ain't scoring any goals, and we haven't picked up any points. So I take a rocket scientist to see that that's an issue at the minute. But we have to we have to take the positives. We have the opportunity to right that wrong. We're back at home. I think most people in football would always prefer to play at home because you have some form and a bit of advantage. So we just have to make sure we make that count and turn up against Forest and really give a full team effort.
Good stuff. Thanks, Nahki.
No worries.
Good afternoon, Nahki. You alright?
Hello, Ben. Yeah.
Good to hear. So after obviously a disappointing run of results at Ashton Gate and away from home, how's the mood between the players heading into Saturday's game against Nottingham Forest and the business end of the championship season?
Yeah, it was. We after the result, I think it was probably felt a bit like a bit of a rock bottom, in regards to how we felt from the result. But like I said, we've come right in. We haven't had any days off. We've galvanised. We've used this week very well to bond, spend more time with each other, speak more, and express what needs to really happen to get a result at home. And we've done that, and now it's about trying to take that togetherness and that understanding of what it takes to win a game into Saturday, and try and get some more points on the board and finish as strong as possible.
Yeah, definitely. And then just finally from me, for yourself, since Nigel Pearson's come into Bristol City, featured in every game under Nigel. So how's it been with Nigel Pearson coming into Bristol City in the middle of what's been a very difficult season?
Yeah, it was obviously difficult to see Dean Holden leave. Of course, everyone had a great relationship with him, and we enjoyed some good times under him. But Nigel's come in and really given us a kick up the backside, in other words. I think he understands what we're capable of. I think he's helped us put in some really good performances. He's made some changes. And naturally, when someone comes in, I think everyone understands that we have to do what we have to do to keep the shirt. And it showed. I think, our 3 wins under him were really, really good performance. I think we scored 3 goals. I don't think we scored 3 goals before that in a league fixture. So something swung, a little bit of something changed with with him coming in, and he's given us something to build on. And his demand in regards to performance and wanting to be better and better has been very evident, and he's not going to be happy with any mediocre performances, behaviour, preparation, etc. He strives to be the best, and I think we have to follow suit.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Good luck for Saturday, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, man. Thank you very much.